I came to bury thee.
Cursed spite that ever I was born to set it.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
This is the excellent foppery of the world. The fact is, I had managed to reach my early 20s without it having much effect on my life at all, other than reading a couple of plays in high school. You know, the way they're generally, at least in those days, taught, where, you know, they hand out different parts and everybody reads in a dull monotone, not understanding a single syllable they're saying, until we slog through the whole play after a couple of weeks, and everybody's very happy to have it over with. I can't imagine where I would be if I hadn't had the inspiration that came, in part, that fall and winter of 1970, sitting on a hill in Vietnam. I started at the beginning and read every play right through. I didn't have a clue what most of it was about. And somewhere in there, it began to click that this was kind of a magical way of using language. And so although I didn't understand a lot of plots, I didn't understand a lot of words, I rather quickly grasped the dramatic and the poetic elements, and it just got richer and richer and richer. I think for the first real time in my life, I realized that poetry wasn't just some kind of artsy, self-important, pretentious thing, but rather that it was a means of expressing the deepest human thoughts and emotions. The music of the words is informing what's being said. It's not just plot and character and storyline, it's also how the way words are lined up together can reveal the human heart. Now, that was kind of heady stuff probably for a 20-year-old Marine in South Vietnam, but and I don't know that it was all conscious there, but it all began to creep in there. I spent 3 or 4, 5 years in college doing as much Shakespeare as they would let me do. I remember I wanted to do a Shakespearean lead so bad. I wanted to do a romantic lead, and they gave me Lucentio in Taming of the Shrew, and I was bored silly for 7 weeks. And then I realized, you know, it's a lot more fun playing the character guys. And then after college, I moved back to Dallas and joined the Dallas Shakespeare Festival and did a bunch of shows there. Had a great time, and really, for the first time, really found out how good Shakespeare could be on stage and how affecting it could be for an audience. Because with those shows outdoors with 4,000 people sitting out there, it was extraordinary. And to realize that people who love Shakespeare aren't this tiny, small group, but that there's a huge, huge number out there who appreciate it and love it and revel in it. And by that time, I had decided that acting was what I wanted to do with my life, and I was fortunate enough to be able to do it thus far for the rest of my life. I came out to California a few years later and married an actress, and you know, started working in television and films and doing just about everything I ever dreamed of, except more Shakespeare, and that will come.